Hello everyone, welcome to Camera Frizzle. This is Reza and this is our daily sports show. We talk about all kinds of sports here. I don't have my papers today, so it would be a bit of a tough to go through all the games, but I will be quick. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, the most important game. Barcelona won 3-1. Um, Pedro Rafinha being in the game affected Barcelona game very well. Pedro made an assist and Rafinha scored that. So you see, but still they're not there yet, but they're coming back to it. Atletico Madrid scored first, then three from Barcelona. Atletico Madrid was planning to put long balls behind the defenders, and it kind of worked. They scored one goal with it. They were close to score another. Then the goalkeeper, of course, came out and saved it. But nonetheless, as I said, Pedro and Rafinha are in. They're improving, but they're not on the best form. They got a penalty. Barcelona, Lewandowski missed over the bar. And the truth is that I think it's super hard for him to focus, if I'm gonna be honest, when you know the team is not backing you and they don't want you to be here, kinda, and they wanna replace you immediately as they can. You can't focus much. He scores good goals. I think he has the quality for La Liga, but maybe they want better. Nonetheless, Yamal, I watched the first half of this game only. Yamal was creating some chances but was controlled more or less. It's still yet to see if he can really perform in big games or not. He was pretty good in Euro um, before, but we should see if he can perform in big games, or with good plan they can just control him very easily. Um, Olmo scored. He's pretty good these days. Very good form. He scores pretty good there. He's saving Barca left and right. Also, Ferran Torres scored. He's back, and he scored. Um, Going to Dortmund against Leverkusen, it was the domestic cup, DFL Pokal. Dortmund lost in Westfalen 1-0 to Leverkusen. It was just this weekend that Leverkusen lost at their home against Dortmund 2-1. Leverkusen scored rather early, but then you could see that Dortmund is not scoring goals. They had some chances, they had some very good chances, but no. And later on, also Leverkusen had chances. It's just so hard to see this Dortmund. If I want to be honest, it seems sometimes they just don't have a plan at all. It's just free roaming for every player, and I don't think the manager is doing much. He's too happy even when he's losing. I don't know. It doesn't work for me well. And they were at least good at scoring goals, and they couldn't even do that. And defending is just horrible as always was. Nah, I don't like this Dortmund team and this manager. Yeah. Uh, Putting that aside, Juventus won in Coppa Italia against Udinese 2-0, and yeah, good for them going to the next round. Yet they're getting a better form now. They're starting to get a better form, and Spalletti can bring them better form. You can be hopeful now. It's interesting, but it would be interesting if you see them really competing this year or next year, maybe. Good build up. Going to the Premier League games and finish it. Which game should we start from? Everton scored Jack Grealish. It was he hit the defender. It was like bounce, deflected, and went to the goal at 78. Till when I was watching the stats, I didn't watch the end of the stats. Everton was playing better at Bournemouth's house, and it was at Bournemouth's home, and it was shocking for Bournemouth. They're really getting worse and worse, and they had a very good team. I don't know. It seems they lost the plot. Tottenham against Newcastle. Newcastle being the host, it was 2-2, but it took 70 something minutes that they reached to the first goal, and they were losing so many points, hit the post, like, but Tottenham wanted to make it defend. I think Newcastle played better, started the first half and the second half insanely good, but they couldn't score. If they could, the game would have been different, and Thomas Frank in so much trouble for now. He's saving his job, though the draw, and they're getting closer and closer to the point that Ange left them in the league. But he was brilliant in the Euro, so you should see how Thomas Frank could live on and go on with this team. Um, that's uh, that's about that. And the goal, Boston, I think, had a penalty, if I'm not wrong. Um, I'm not pretty sure, but if I remember right, but I know. No, 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 no. Sorry. Uh, Newcastle had the penalty. Tottenham had a header from Romero and also a bicycle kick from a corner in the last minutes from Romero to score. Romero scored 2 goals, and it's interesting that he has scored 2 goals, but and the bicycle goal was very beautiful. Yeah. Going to the next game, one of the weirdest game, basketball, baseball, whatever point game. 5-4. Yeah, it's like a baseball game, isn't it? 5-4 for City versus Fulham. I watched it till 50 minutes when it was 4-1 to City, and I thought, okay, it's a done game and I can go asleep now. City was better at the game. Fulham had some opportunities in the first half, but City was much better. Holland was so eager to score goals. He hit the post at first, then he scored 100 goal in 111 games or something, break the record. His first 100 goals, yeah, in Premier League. And after that, there were I don't remember who scored the second goal. How did they score it? That's why I'm right. I know the third goal was Foden. Yep, never mind. We will not focus on this. Oh, it was behind the. I just forget the name. It was behind the defenders. But nonetheless, till they became 3-0 at 44 minutes. And Fulham normally don't concede at home, and uh, they were conceding 3 goals in 44 minutes, and you would think it's done. Like the Fulham form was fell off. You would be sure that they're done. There is no chance of return. And what happened is that in the last, after 3-0, they kind of came to their mind, woke up a bit, and they had some crosses in and they scored one. So the first half was 3-1, and then the second half, another goal. I think it was Foden again, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, they good for my fantasy league. Holland and Foden scored, uh, and Holland had 2 assists too. Uh, so it was 4-1, and I was like, it's over. Later, Doku also scored 5-1. It was deflected, but yeah, beautiful goal in total shot. And you would think at 54, Fulham is over, but Fulham scored 3 goals later on shots from outside of the box mostly, and beautiful goals, one more beautiful than the other. Definitely watch the highlights, and it was pretty amazing game. And the last minute at 77 they made it 5-4, and in the last minute they had a opportunity that the City defenders brought back from the line. It could become a comeback for Fulham at home. Like, it was very close to that they bring like a 5-1 to 5-5, but it did not happen, unfortunately. Unfortunately, because it would be amazing game in Premier League. But I would be very sad that I missed it. Like, so I don't know. But 4-5, that's the kind of game you want to watch in Premier League, or definitely in Premier League. You hope more for it, because in La Liga never happened. Almost, it's more rare, let's say. But in like a smaller team, a team that doesn't have the best form, their bottom half, but they kind of show up when the moment is right. Um, that's it for today. There are games today to watch. Real Madrid is playing Bilbao, and there are some other games that I wish I knew, I remembered. But I know, but I think Arsenal and Chelsea and some others are having their games, and it's interesting to watch in Premier League. And there are some more. Bayern Munich has a game in DFL Pokal and stuff. Don't miss them. Hopefully, I see you tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, please. Like, write a comment, and yeah, have a good day. Bye.